Welcome to another session of RIL Talks. And today we're going to be talking about bringing the workforce together. I am Ogene Kewe, and to share the session with me on how to turn listening into action, I have a certified HR professional, and her name is Ijoma Madueke. Welcome, Ijoma.
Thank you, Karen, very much.
My first question would be, what's the real difference between employees' engagement and enablement? Because I know that in the workforce of today, the world has moved from just engaging staff, engaging your talents and all of that. So where's the place of enablement, much more than just engaging them?
Okay, thank you, Kerry. I'll still try to talk about the engagement itself while also diving into the enablement like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay, so ordinarily engagement is when one is committed to something. When you are committed to something and there's a connection in a space of HR, we'll see employee engagement as what the employee feels, how they are connected to their job, and what they also feel about the success of the organization. So the question to them is, will I give it my best for whatever I'm doing? So that is the engagement. The engagement is not just about, what is the issue with you? Let me take it down, then I'll come back to you and I'll give you feedback. No, the employee has to have that environment where there's a loyalty while carrying out his or her purpose on the job. When we come back so I would say engagement is willingness. And when I'm going back to enablement, I'm talking about ability. So yes, this is my team, this is my task, this is what I have to do. How are you enabling me?
Okay, so that's why you guys say enabling environment.
Enabling environment, when you are taking away the barrier. The things that can make me perform at my optimal level. The tools, the resources, the environment. So that's why I would say both drive performance of an employee in an organization.
But now we should move from just engaging them
and also looking at enabling them to perform their tasks. If you are asking for performance, are you giving them the right tools, the right resources, the right things needed to carry out that task optimally?
Yes. So what are effective ways to gather feedback from staff?
I believe we also want to get honest feedback from staff. For us to gather that feedback from staff, the environment must be trusting and must be safe. The employee must feel safe, must feel that the environment is trusting and there is double confidentiality. And so for us to gather this feedback, there are so many ways. I think in our organization, we're already doing that. We carry out survey. We carry out survey anonymously. And when we want to probably go ahead to get further details on that survey, maybe the requester of the survey still go ahead to meet this particular person. And when treating it in a larger crowd, is it going to be an anonymous treatment kind of? So there are other ways, like I said, the survey feedback. It could be a one-on-one check-in. It could be a one-on-one check-in. It could be a small group sitting instead of the larger group discussion. Or it could also be like I said, one-on-one. It could be a one-on-one between manager and the subordinate. It could even be a one-on-one between the MD and even a lower cadre staff. A lower cadre staff, just to get the pulse of whatever is happening in that particular level. Most important, it's not just about gathering the information and getting the feedback. We also have to be aware of what we want to do with that feedback. But for us to get the feedback, the employee must have that safe environment to know that whatever I say will not be used against me.
So there's no victimization.
There's no victimization issue, and also
once these feedback are collected, how can leaders of organizations turn it into a meaningful change, not just having data stacked up somewhere?
Once this feedback is collected, they need to be analyzed, then prioritized.
Prioritize. What do you mean by prioritize?
Because not all the feedback are things that you might have to treat immediately. There might still be some approval level. Whatever the feedback, whatever the suggestion coming from your employee is, What if your decision cannot fulfill that thing at that time? What if it has to go through maybe another phase of budgeting and all? So this feedback needs to be analyzed
and prioritized.
So we have to prioritize this feedback, and after prioritizing the feedback, then we take it one after the other to treat. So why treat it? We're not just looking at we want to treat it. What is even the root cause of this particular suggestion or issue? If it's an issue, what is the root cause? If it's a communication issue, for instance, what is the root cause? Is it because the process or the employee is not aware of his roles and expectation on the job, or is a manager thing that needs to be equipped on how to handle this employee? And when all this are put in place, then you cannot put a course of action to it to implement on what to do. But most importantly, you need to go back to give an update to that employee or everybody publicly, and also appreciate everybody that must have contributed to that feedback or suggestions of it that was asked at that point in time.
Okay, so what quick actions show that the leadership is really listening to employees?
And I'll say immediate communication. Whatever needs to be sent out immediately is being done. The employee can say that, okay, there's a communication going around, maybe regarding what I've mentioned or something, because they need to see what the end will look like also. And also fixing small wins. For fixing small wins, I'll say, like I said earlier when I said prioritizing those feedback, and you trying to know which is for you to treat first or that needs to be fixed almost immediately. So fixing small wins could be as little as my mouse is not working. That needs to be fixed almost immediately. I don't think we need a long-term process to get that one to get ready. So you're fixing small wins in that regard. Tools that I need to get the job done. I've complained about it, or I raised a concern about it. I've raised a model that this model works better for whatever I'm doing and all. And action is being taken, which is taking me back to the first one. Immediate communication, letting the staff know that something is being worked on, and also making that thing happen. That shows that the leader is actually listening, while the other things that are meant to be done is also in place for employees to be aware about. So giving public awareness on what is being worked on, and giving progress reports. Some feedback are not things that it might even be ready maybe in 2 days or in 3 days. So progress reports at meetings or at interval will also go a long way, and that shows that the leaders are trying to get something done.
So what about in cases where whatever has been raised can probably not be solved, maybe because of culture or issues, policies and all of that? How can these leaders communicate to these staff without making the staff or the employees or the talents feel that they are not left out or they are being heard?
I think it's still, communication is a two-way thing. So the communication has to be something that the leader and the employee, in this regard, we have to talk about this and give the reason why this is not achievable, maybe at this time, or can never be achieved because this is not our culture, or there's the policy. And that is why there's policy in place. Maybe the policy, I'm sure the policy is not static. So it could be something that...
Are you sure in some organizations, policies are not static?
Well, I can't... So what's your advice? Not supposed to be.
Okay, so what's your advice as an HR professional? I know policies are being put in place for guidance and all of that.
Yes.
But can they really be flexible? Sometimes, HR, please.
Yes, we're meant to be. We try to, but like you say, policy. And policy is not just a one-man thing saying that, oh, this is the policy. So if there are processes to be followed for refinement or for review, we still have to go through that process. So we have to make that staff also understand that if this cannot be achievable, are there alternatives? Is there something else that we're telling the staff that, well, with this is not achievable, or we can do this, or look at the other things that we are able to do and we can achieve? And I think the staff should be able to reason.
This can be reviewed.
Can
also be refined.
Yes, because the environment is not static.
It's a moving
dynamic.
Thank you so much. Can HR outsourcing partners help clients move from data to action?
By translating the raw data into meaningful insights, into what business manager understands. So you're translating the raw data into trend, trying to analyze this data into what an informed decision can be made from. Putting it that way. And at the end of the day, after doing that, you're also looking at how you can prioritize or analyze this data in the way that you are able to assign responsibility to managers involved on how to get solution to whatever data we must have received. So we're trying to let the client know that this is the root cause, this is what the solution is, these are the responsible managers, at the same time making sure that those managers are also equipped to follow up with the improvement we're trying to achieve. And also we also try to look at like a follow back to see progress reports. And we will be able to help our clients to turn from data to meaningful insights for them to make decisions.
Nice. I hope we're all learning one or two, and if you're just joining in, remember what we were talking about, bringing the workforce together, how to turn listening into action. And we hope that at the end of this session, we are going to move from engagement to enablement. Okay, thank you so much, Ijoma. It's been an amazing session, quite insightful, and I've learned one or two. So my last question before I let you go would be, what practical steps can organizations take to improve an enabling environment?
Just like we mentioned, what enablement is all about in terms of providing the right tools for the staff and for them to carry out their role optimally. So I'll say the right steps will be that identifying clear rules and expectation of what the staff is expected to do. Let the rules be clear, let the expectations be clear at the end of the day, and also identify the root cause. Are there things that could be the reason why this is not being done? And also we need to equip the managers. So we're not just looking at this other set of staff. Every employee in total matters. So we have to equip the managers. At the same time, another step is also to reward, I would like to say, efforts, improvements, aside from results. We need to recognize efforts, improvement. When improvement is seen, let it be recognized that we can see the improvement, but this is where we still need you to get to and thereabout.
That's motivation for some people
for them to get going. And at the end of the day, also, and another step I'll also mention is to review processes. Processes, that is how these things are done. But because the environment is dynamic and the issues are also dynamic, staff welfare are different from one another and all. So the process cannot be static, it cannot be one way at all times. 2 years ago it could be this process, and this year the process has changed. So there should be review and refine the process at all times when needed.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ijoma. Thank you, our viewers. And remember, this session is meant for HR practitioners. It's meant for organizations, management, for us to keep listening to our people, our talents. People wonder why people leave your organization. People don't leave just because they get a good offer and all of that. Not just that, but really they want to be heard. They want to feel like they are in an enabling environment, just like what Ijoma said. So please, we are urging everyone, let's move from just engaging our people, our staff, employees, and then let's create an enabling environment for them as talent workforce of today. I hope you've had an amazing time in this session. So we'll meet again. RIL Talks. Do you have any last words, Ijoma, for viewers?
I'll say that just like you have said, it's not just about listening, it's about the action. It's about what comes after listening to our employee. And as HR practitioners, confidentiality is top priority. So no matter what, no employee should be victimized because an honest feedback was going on.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.